I didn't realize this was a comic character. I thought they were gonna be in the movie. Let's go. Geeks was poppin'. We're here with another figure in the Attuma BAF wave. We've got the Hatut Zeraze. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I've only read it in the comic books a couple of times. Hopefully I'm getting it right. Let's check out the box. The chest harness. The chest harness straps are clearly in the picture on the side of the box. I don't see them here. Really, Hasbro? Accessories! You got a couple extra hands. You got a trigger hand here, gripping hand here, 2 clawing hands here. You got a handheld pistol, and looks like some kind of automatic machine gun. Alright, before we go any further, is anyone else watching Articulated Ninja? I'll put his YouTube channel right up here on the screen. So this dude, if I ever meet him, I'm just going to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. He has me now thinking, every time I open a Marvel Legend, about how cheap Hasbro is. I never considered that before. I was just always happy to open them up and see my new Marvel characters. But now, after watching his stuff, I'm looking at these figures a lot more critically, and it's driving me insane. I want to go back to my happy Marvel bliss. If you're not checking out his channel, you need to watch him. His stuff is superb. He's doing some really good and different stuff, but he's ruined my brain. Because now I'm looking at this guy, and when they announced him, I was really excited. But now that I have it in hand, I'm looking at it, I'm like, Hasbro, by being cheap, they're cheating us. This should not be on this body. When you look at the comic book representation of these guys, they usually have a more svelte, athletic build, a little bit, not lanky, but thinner, not bulky like T'Challa. But I know why they made this choice, because this is an old book. Where's our new pinless technology? You know what buck would really work for Hatut Zeraze? Am I saying that right? The Vulcan mold. Very muscular, very slim, very svelte, and has pinless joints. So why didn't we get that? I don't know. Cost savings? Alright, we're gonna keep it moving. Now that I've got your head churning about the corporate machinations behind $1 billion toy company, let's take a moment to bask in all of his Snow White glory. Alright, I know the size is a nitpick because it's not one specific person and men can come in different sizes, so I'll take the bulk. But I really think that the reason behind this figure being this big is because they didn't want to use the Vulcan body. I'm sticking with that, and I'm still pissed. Alright, so I've done a lot of complaining in a short time. What do I like? So first of all, liking the head sculpt, I like those eyes. That silver paint with a black outline really pops off. I like the blue accents on the arms. They look really ugly next to those deep pinholes. I like the blue accents on the legs. And the feet look good. Panther feet. Now he's all one color, bright white, so they can mess him up as scuffs and scrapes. In this case, I would have taken that gun harness that came on the Shield agents. Even though it's not accurate to the comic, you could have painted it, just give us something. And yes, in the comic books, they don't always have the harnesses on, but they do a lot of times. They act as paratroopers, they jump out with parachute straps, they have gun harnesses, they have weapon harnesses. Going the plain route was not the way to go. Alright. 360 on the head is a little bit loosey-goosey. We do get a nice tilt to the left. Equally nice tilt to the right. Look down, it's so steep you almost can't make out his face. Shoulders get yay high. Hey, to my customizers or just people with knowledge of action figures, what is the advantage to not putting in butterfly joints? Because I've noticed that sometimes, randomly, Hasbro just uses a buck with no butterfly joints. Is it a monetary thing? Is there some disadvantage to some figures to have butterfly joints? Like this guy here, I don't understand why he wouldn't have butterfly joints. If he's kind of Black Panther-esque, you want to get that arm way back because he does have claw hands. But when it stops there almost parallel to the back, you really can't get that clawing pose that you want to get. At least that deep strike. Yes, I know I've done a lot of complaining, but you want to hug it out. Okay, come here. Psych, hug this guy. Wingspan. A little bit better than parallel to the back. You can see from that angle it creeps back a little bit. See, kind of comes back right there. Give you a little bit of stretch. Double jointed, pinned elbows. Range is nothing spectacular. Take that arm for a full spin 360. You get intermittent clicks there. Intermittent clicks. 360 at the bicep. 360 at the wrist. Nothing at the forearm there. Vertical hinge on the claw hands and the fist. Horizontal hinge on the pistol gripping hands so you can shoot up and down. Oops, I had that turned the wrong way. There you go. Now you can see. Ab crunch forward. Ab crunch back. No rocker in the torso area. You get a 360 with loud intermittent clicks at the waist. 360, wow, at the thigh. That was tight because I think the paint it kind of stuck there, but it's loose afterwards. And ooh, no calf articulation. 360 at the footsie. Seriously? Man damage is minimal. Gets a good bend over. Translates to a good kick. Those double jointed pin knees from 2012 we all know and love. Wrong buck prancer. Wrong buck dancer. With his ears he pops in at 6 1/4 inches. And there's a look at the wave of what, and there's a look at what I've got so far from this wave. Yes, I know technically Ironheart is not a part of the BAF wave, but she is from this wave of figures. And notice one of these figures is leaning on my backboard because he can't stand on his own. Alright, I've seen enough. I'm ready to render my verdict.
Listen! Yo!
Another missed opportunity from Hasbro. This is an army builder. People would buy a lot of this guy if he was done right. But this is just not the buck for this guy. He should be flexible, and I'll argue a little bit slimmer, but that's the least of our worries. The lack of articulation, especially in the lower half of the body, no butterfly joints, the missing chest harness, to me it just feels lazy. Is he ugly? No, good looking figure. He can stand up, he can pose, but I just think that out of all things they could have done with this figure could have been a 10 out of 10 easily. Throw it on the Vulcan body, put the chest harness on it, call it a day, you got a 10 out of 10 for an army builder. As it sits now, out of 10, I'd give it a 5 or a 6. There's just too many things missing from it. So will he look good on the shelf? Yeah, he's striking, he's white, he's cool. But they could have done a lot better. And you know, I wanted like 3 or 4 of these guys, but I'm not picking them up unless I find them on clearance, which is a lot coming from me. Alright, so sound off in the comments, let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree? Let's have a conversation. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and make sure to share a link with another plastic addicted friend or someone that just loves the Marvel toys. Alright, till next time, geek out.